Hi there, VC. Um, Killer score. Went to Goodwill yesterday and 15 records. In total, they were around $3 each. It's a little higher, but killer records in there. Majority is funk, jazz, soul, jazz funk more. Um, and I got a couple of non-jazz funk or soul records, so I'm happy. Yeah, it's a Goodwill I don't go to that often. It's like 26 minutes from where I live, so it's not that far away, but I just never go there actually. I've been there once before in 3 years' time and didn't score anything back then. Now I went and I scored 15 records. It's pretty well arranged. They have a section of the newer records that they received. Um, the rest is basically just pop and classical and 12 inches they have as well, and Dutch music, film music. So it's well taken care of. There's not, of course, there's the obvious records that there are always at Goodwill, but it's not that there's really trashed records. You see that very, very often at Goodwill. That's not there. The records are okay. Some of them are trash. I got one of them here, but that's because that record is phenomenal. I needed to have another copy. My copy is brilliant. This is a copy that I'll clean up. I can't clean up the sleeve, that is destroyed. But the vinyl I can clean up pretty good, and it'll end up as VCLT. It's a little extra. It's something that people should hear. I'm going to show that first. Is Messe pour le temps présent, if I pronounce that correctly, by Pierre Henry and Michel Béjart. Michel Béjart is a ballet, what do you call it? Ballet creator. He creates ballets. And Pierre Henry is a musician within the whole music concrete scene, which is electronic music from early on, the 60s. We're talking early 60s in this case. This album is from 1967, but it contains music from 1962, 63, 65, and 67. It is the Dutch pressing on Philips. It is pretty nasty. I need to clean it like maybe 2-3 times, but it'll end up being pretty clean, and it will go to someone as VCLT. This is, I didn't mention what it actually is, what this sounds like. This sounds like 60s beat music with moogs, and it's freaky and it's amazing. Especially the second track on side 1. I don't know if you can read it. There we are. Psych rock, killer track. So this will end up as VCLT. I have a copy for myself already. I couldn't pass this on. This was €1.50. So something you should always pick up for €1.50, even if it's in this condition. I got 3 more non-soul, jazz, and funk records. First one is Leon Russell's Carney, 1972. This is the US pressing on Shelter Records. I know Leon Russell obviously by name, but never really heard his music. So I'm pretty happy that I found this copy. This was a little bit more expensive. I don't know why. Doesn't go for that much money on Discogs, but doesn't matter. Here we got the Allman Brothers Band, Win, Lose, or Draw, 1975, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, on Capricorn Records. This is the Dutch version. Again, a name I know, not having heard it, but pretty happy with this one. Then we got the last non-soul, funk, and jazz record that I have. That's a country record. I don't pick up country that very often because the country in Goodwill here is trash. But this was a great find. Chris Christopherson and Rita Coolidge, Full Moon. This is another Dutch copy. They 1973 on A&M Records, and they have custom labels of a full moon, which I love. So I'm really stoked to hear this because Chris Christopherson, I mean, he gets mentioned as being one of the best. So the rest, which is 10 records, are soul jazz, jazz funk, and yeah, that's it. Soul, jazz, and jazz funk. Soul, jazz, funk, jazz, funk. Whatever. It's that category. The first one is the least soul, jazz, and jazz, funk, funk. So more electro. I showed the record last time where they actually did the production. I've now found their debut album, Full Force. This one has Alice, I Want You Just For Me. It's got also United, which I really want to hear. I have not heard any of these records, but it features UTFO, Lisa Called Jam, Real Roxanne, and Howie T. So that should be more of a hip hop track. It is on CBS, and it features an insert with lyrics. Not lyrics. Credits and thank yous and pictures of Full Force. Yeah, I know Alice, I Want You Just For Me, obviously, that's a great track, so I'm really stoked to hear the rest. Found this one. This is second part of a two-part album thing that War did, the music band. This is volume 2. Not a best of, this is an album from 1979. Need to glue this. Comes in the original inner sleeve. It's on MCA. Maybe a little bit more disco, could be, but then again, War is an amazing band, so I just had to pick up War. Now to find the volume 1. This I am so happy with. Funk Beyond the Call of Duty. Johnny Guitar Watson. I only have one more, which has a real mother for you on it. But this, I've sampled. And this is funky, pure funk. This is the UK pressing on DJM Records. Killer Funk, 1977. Really good. Really happy with this one. This one I still need to hear, but I really like the other album I have by them. This is Slave, and this one is called Just a Touch of Love. Love the album cover. Powerful picture. This is the back. It's US pressing, yes, on Cotillion. It's got an Atlantic inner sleeve, doesn't matter. But, it's got a song on it called Funky Lady. 79. It's more of a disco era, but if a song is called Funky Lady, sort of their reworking of Foxy Lady, it could be interesting. So let's see if this is interesting. This one I also sampled, and wow, I love this. This is amazing. George Duke with Liberated Fantasies on MPS. Again, it's pure funky. This is more jazz funk, but it's just killer stuff. Yeah, I know George Duke of the work he did with Billy Cobham. I've got a record with them. He did something with Stanley Clarke. I think Stanley Clarke is on not this one, but another album I have by him, which is coming up next. Erto is on here. really, really awesome record. This is the other George Duke record I've got. This one is called Reach For It. This one has Stanley Clark. There's a lot more on here. Why can't I find them? Oh well, Stanley Clark's on here. This is 77. The other one was 76. So another slice of jazz funk. It's got, sorry, an insert with pictures of George Duke with two ladies on it and lyrics. So stoked to have this. This was a record that was €1.50 as well. A couple of years ago, it went for a lot of money. It's going for less now. This is jazz soundtrack, jazz with a little bit of jazz funk in there. It's got Toots Thielemans, who recently passed away, on it. But I just had to have it. It's the soundtrack to Turks Fruit, or Turkish Delight, as it's known outside of Holland. CBS, orange CBS label. This is a movie that was directed by Paul Verhoeven, and it's a pretty, it's from 1973, and it's shows its era, post hippieism, and all the benefits and problems that came with it. But this is a pretty good soundtrack, so I just had to pick that up. Also found 4 records, the next 4, the last 4 also. They're part of a series that I'm collecting, except I think halfway through the series they decided to change names. Anyway, it started off as the That's Soul series. This is probably the most cheeky cover that they have in this series. Otherwise, it just features artists' faces, but no, this one has a naked female body. This is part 4. It's got a lot of well-known artists on it. This is the back. It's got some information on it. You got well-known artists like Wilson Pickett, Aretha Franklin, King Curtis, Otis Redding, Sam and Dave, Betty Wright, and Solomon Burke, Percy Sledge. And then lesser known for me, Clarence Carter, The Drifters, Tammy Lynn, and that's it. So I love these comps. They're a great way to start a soul collection. This is the 7th part. That's Soul 7. These are the sleeves that they normally have. Back this one, I'll have to take it back. This one it's the Dutch release on MIDI. Originally it came out on Atlantic, but this is the MIDI release. These are the Polydor Special releases. I don't know why, but there was a series called Polydor Special. This one, same thing. It has well-known artists and lesser-known artists. Well-known Isaac Hayes, theme from Shaft, is on here. Isley Brothers, Rufus Thomas, James Brown, Booker T and the MGs, Lou Rawls, Staple Singers, Bobby Bird, and lesser-known like G. Knight, Joe Simon, and David Porter. It's just killer. So that's Soul. They changed it. I don't know which part, maybe from number 10 on, I don't know. But they changed it to This Is Soul. So you got the This Is Soul series. This is number 13. Entering the disco era. But still killer stuff. Again, Polydor, except not the special, just the normal Polydor. Here you got, again, well-known artists and lesser-known artists. Well-known Gloria Gaynor, Kool and the Gang, Peggy LaBelle, Millie Jackson, Bill Withers, Maceo and James Brown solo, and Fred and the JBs. Killer stuff. Ooh. And then you got lesser known artists like Johnny Bristol, Creative Source, Ruby Winters, Fatback Band, a little better known, but still not that well known, Jim Gilstrap, and The Insiders. And these, from here on, I guess they featured, ladies either dancing or just close up, like this one. This is number 14. Again, interesting. Came out in the same year. I think 77? 75, actually. Oh, 75. This one, same story. Again, Gloria Gaynor, Jim Gilstrap, Fatback Band, JB's, James Brown, G Knight, Percy Sledge, Creative Source, and Joe Simon are on here, and then artists that I've never heard of like Kraken, Linda Carr and the Love Squad, Dee Clark, Calhoun, and Charles Brimmer are on here. I don't know them, but I want to know. So these are amazing find. I want to try and complete this series, but you hardly find them. And if you do, I found 4 at one time. You're still needing a lot more. I didn't know they at least went up to 14. Maybe there's even more. We'll see. Anyway, 16 minutes. It's a pretty long video for me. But I had a lot to show, so thank you for watching. I'll put my Instagram account, like I said last time, at the bottom of this video. So if you have an Instagram account, just check it out. See if you like it. If you don't like it, you don't need to follow me. You don't need to check it out. That's it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.